Okay.
What's up? Yo, what's up? What's up? It is game day. Yay!
Yeah, so as you can tell, Kyle's at the tailgate, which is super exciting, folks. I'm at my place about to watch the game, of course. So I'm super excited. Kyle, what's the tailgate looking like?
What are you doing here? The tailgate's pretty good. Hey, you know what? We got a Rams fan right here just showing up. It's like,
all right, okay, hold on. Here we go.
Yeah, come on in.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, everybody? You're doing good.
Hey.
All the microphones are in my ear, so yeah. But we're out here on the tailgate, and we already got a fan here. This is hype for the game. What's your name?
Raphael.
Raphael?
Yes, sir.
It's Kyle.
Nice to meet you, Kyle.
Nice to meet you, yeah.
Pleasure.
So what do you think the outcome of the game is going to be today?
I'm pretty sure this is going to be a Ram day all the way.
Hey, all right. Sounds good. Yeah. You know, it's going to be pretty good. You know, like, is there who should we look out for on the Rams side of the ball?
You know, I think the whole squad is doing pretty good right now. But you know, it is the Chargers. I respect that.
Sure.
So, you know, we'll just see what happens.
All right.
Thank you.
That's good. Yeah. Thank you.
Appreciate for your time.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
everybody.
just so you know, Kyle, James is going to be showing up here pretty shortly. He's coming back, being ready. So, guys, let's get into it. We're going to talk about the game and what we expect and what we want to see as far as rookies are concerned and players to watch. So, let's get into it, guys.
Yeah. Let's do it.
It's going to be exciting. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Dale Henley. You watching the Boat Bros podcast? Let's do it!
Nice. Yeah, we don't like Rams fans. Like, you should have punched him in the dick and told him to leave, dude. You know.
No way. Hey, you know what? You gotta respect the game a little bit here. You know, like, I mean, it's their home turf right now. You know, it's all good. Whoa, how come you got two cameras?
Camera here. Oh my God, guys. Hey, gotta love live stream. Here. There we go. That was weird. What's going on here? All right, guys.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, you gotta love live stream. So, all right, guys, throw out your questions. We are gonna get going. Let's go. Carlos is here. We got GTR man, Chow, Bull Babes. What's up? All right.
Bull Babes in the house. Oh, where are the Bull Babes at? I'm sure Andrew wants their number.
Yeah, that's right. Let's make it happen. Imagine boy, Jesse. Yeah, Chargers Chris 8. Here we go. Let's go. Guys, okay. So we got a lot to talk about today. We got a whole PowerPoint presentation ready to rock with you guys. So throw your questions out. Why don't you throw out the players you guys want to see and watch for this game? It's going to be a lot of fun. So maybe throw out some names that you are excited to see, and we'll go from there, okay? So why don't we start out by showing a really interesting tweet that Keenan Allen threw. Actually, it's not Keenan Allen. It's actually GPA. Keenan Allen said this. GPA football on Twitter. I thought it was pretty good. So let me toss this out real quick.
Let's do it.
Here we go. There we go. A little bit better to see right here. Here we go.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's pretty interesting. Check it out. Like, look at this, folks. Trending. Keenan Allen says, "Yeah, we got a lot of gangsters in the room." Reference to the Chargers' offensive weapons. He's not wrong. Chargers' offense looks absolutely loaded. Herbert, Eckler, Spiller, Allen, Williams, Palmer, Johnston, Gerald Everett, Donald Parham. Now, again, we're not going to see those guys play today. We know this, folks. Okay, just know this. This game is all about the rookies. We want to see what the rookies can do, what they can't do, yada, yada.
Yep.
I know Aether's already talked about Lightning Bug, all these other folks, Darius Davis, Spiller. Like, these are all folks we want to check out. But, man, real quick, Kyle, what are your thoughts on this tweet real quick? Well, not tweet. We call it X now, right? But what's your general thoughts on this? And, you know, as far as, like, our offensive weapons, and then we'll get into some of the rookies that we're kind of excited about. We got a whole, show around them.
Yeah, sure, man. You know, I don't really want to talk about my ex too much, but I'll talk about this tweet. I guess what do you call these things now? Are the X's?
X's, I don't even know, man. Yeah. Good question, guys. Yeah, what do you call them in the chat, guys? Question. Yeah.
I mean, look, our offense is stacked, but I think the sky is the limit for our team this year. Like, we can go off every single game, as long as we stay healthy, But like, unfortunately, it seems like today, most of these players are not going to be on the field, which is like kind of unfortunate. That's where I think we're talking about getting into that one a little bit more, right? So, but man, like our room is stacked. Like I think we have all the talent in the world, and we're looking forward to seeing more out of this team. Our rookies that we got, man, too. Like I'm really excited to see what they can produce on the field for us today. Bolt up, baby. That's right.
Yeah, hey guys, just James will be here shortly. He's got stuck in traffic, had a few things pop up that he had to run into real quick, so he will be here shortly. So, yeah, we're going to show some things. There's an interesting article that popped up, and I want to talk a little bit about this. And I'm going to show Brandon Staley here real quick. It was interesting because PFF talked quite a bit about how the Chargers are probably not going to have a much better defense this season. So I want to talk to you guys really quickly about that. There's a whole article around it. Chargers are not going to have a better defense than we've had like the past few years. I want to get your thoughts on this. The Bolt Bros, we talked about it quite a bit all day today, and it was just really interesting to see what people are thinking about as far as the Chargers defense. I think the Chargers are going to be much improved from last 2 seasons. But what do you guys think in the chat? I truly believe we're going to be so much better this year than we were last year. But Kyle, what do you think in chat? What do you think as far as PFF is concerned? I'll throw the article down here in the chat here in a few seconds. You guys can take a look at it.
Well, us bros, we actually talked about it a little bit on the off season a lot. We seem to think that PFF is very biased against the Chargers.
It is 100%. Yeah.
They seem to not really give us good numbers at all, and it's kind of frustrating as a fan, of course. So, I mean, I take what they say on this situation with a grain of salt. However, there might be a little bit of truth to that. I mean, so far, we have seen consistency with Brandon Staley that the run defense has not been able to step up very well. With that said, we obviously know that is a glaring issue that they want to address. And so, like, we don't think that they need to actually have to improve significantly in that regard. If they just get, 10%, maybe 15% better in that case, we're going to be a much better team, hands down, because our pass defense situation is already like top 5. So we've been able to actually stop the pass at every step of the way as much as possible. With that obviously Martin Bears and stuff, but our run game is really the only glaring issue. And if they actually just, like I said, increase that just a little bit better, we're going to be better. And I believe that they actually did address that by hiring or signing Eric Kendricks, because we've already seen in the camp that Kenneth Murray has increased his ability on this offseason, and people are hyping him up a lot. So I'm excited to see him on the field if he is going to be on the field, and to see what he does today.
Yeah. Again, guys, this is an opportunity for the rookies to shine. I mean, let's make no mistake about this. By the way, the Bolt Babes are asking where you're at, Kyle. So why don't you say where you're at?
I'm in Thunder Alley. And I'm actually, I had to get out of Thunder Alley. It's a pretty dang noisy for all this to happen. 100%. So right now I'm actually I'm at the top of Thunder Alley, off on the sidewalk a little bit. And there's a bunch of cars in front of me, but tailgate is going on right behind me. It's mostly Rams, I say, because it's obviously a Rams home game, But I did, further down behind me is the Chargers dolls and We Charge LA, the group O side. So they're back there, and up to my side the Bolt Tribe and some diehard Bolt clubs tents. So they're out here. And but a lot of it, we're kind of spread out. We're kind of mixed and mingled amongst everyone. So
I get it. Sure.
Yeah.
So Bolt Babes, try and grab, try and look for. Okay, so she said they're on Lot J. Okay, cool. Now,
Lot J. Okay.
Yeah, Lot J.
I'm not 100% sure what that's at. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, guys, I truly believe our defense is going to be awesome this year. I don't think it'll be a problem at all. I think it's going to be great. And again, I don't think we're going to be top 5. I think maybe top 10 at the best. I think 10. I mean, even if we're mid-grade, it's going to be fine. Again, Brandon Staley's consistently talked about we got to stop the explosive plays, the long plays downfield. That's what matters in the NFL. So Look, I think we're going to be fine. And we got a guy we're talking about we think is going to be great. Mark Matlock obviously thinks Chris Hinton's going to be really good. So he's looking pretty good, too. Hey, Scott Matlock is looking pretty good, too. We've been talking about him quite a bit. He's looking really good. I'll tell you right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Bull Babes are coming to you. Oh, watch out now. Watch out now. Bull Babes are coming to you.
I'm going to get the touchies there.
Touchy's coming your way. No, and again, Carlos Chargers said exactly right. Matlock, Thule's looking great. I mean, it's going to be awesome. So I'm really excited to see what we can do defensively. And let's talk a little about the offense as well, too, right? So, like, obviously today we're going to see the first iterations of Kellen Moore's offense, and we know Justin Herbert's not running it. It's going to be Easton Stick. It's going to be Max Duggan for the most part. Obviously, Justin Herbert's not going to be out there. So I'm really curious to see how that plays out, right? And so, again, I've watched a lot of football already. I've watched every single game as much as I possibly can. I've watched all the highlights of games that's happened all this week. Again, I'm a big nerd about this stuff. And, guys, just so you know, we are doing a fantasy football league, so let us know if you want to join. So put your comments down in the section below. We'll get you involved. So, but anyways, my point is it'll be interesting to see what Kellen Moore does. Now, I will say this, folks, just so you know, it's going to be very base offense. Every single one of these are just complete base offenses. That's all they are. So don't expect to see too much. Don't expect to see too much at all, okay? So, but again, let's see what these rookies can do, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, hang on a second. Looks like I got some more Chargers fans right here.
Oh, hey, here
what's
we go.
Hey, say what's up, man. Go Chargers!
Go Chargers! What's up, guys?
Hey,
hop on.
What do you got? What do you think the results of the game are going to be today?
30-21 to us.
Oh, 30-21 to the Chargers. Let's go.
I think that's called the donkey punch. That's called the donkey punch.
Yeah. All right. I'm not going to repeat that one. You know, it's a family show over here. It's the kids over here. Yeah. What's your name?
Nadav.
Your name's Nadav?
Nadav.
Nadav. This is Nadav. Yeah.
Good.
So, all right. Well, great, man. Good to have you here. You're live on the Bull Bros right now on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah.
Good to have you on.
Well, it's good to see you. So, where are you guys sitting today?
I think 416.
416. Okay, cool. Those are good stats. My normal seats are in 428. So, but today I'm going to be walking around a lot. So, yeah. Well,
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's good. All right. What's up? This is your first.
Awesome. Okay. Good to have you on here, James. There we go. James, you there?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
You are really quiet, dude.
Hello.
Guys, this is live TV. This is super exciting. Super live TV. Kyle, we cannot hear you. James is here now, finally.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yep. All right. Let's hide Kyle for a little while until we go. So let's start showing some other stuff here as well, too. So let's go into the other piece here. He's obviously interviewing some person on the sideline. Here's another player we were excited to take a look at is Isaiah Spiller. So awesome. Okay, great. So we want to talk about Spiller now at this point. So James, good to see you. And we got Aether here as well, Carlos. So James, you want to talk about Spiller a little bit, have a conversation about him? What are we looking to see?
Yeah, with Spiller, it's one of those things, and I did a video about 5 players to watch on this game. And the one thing about it is that we want to see more from this guy. And we didn't see a lot from him by any means last season. I mean, it was Austin Eckler and Joshua Kelly for the most part, and that's kind of what it was. And we want to just see more from him. I mean, you got to think about what's going on with Austin Eckler. You got to look at, possibly we might not have him next season. Joshua Kelly, obviously, is RB2, but really we got to see something from Isaiah Spiller this year.
Yeah,
I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what he could do all around. Now, once again, he came in the league very young, and
youngest drafted player that season.
Yep. Yeah, and year. I mean, it's funny because Thule is a very young guy too, 20 years old. So it's like we like to get these young players for some reason and try to grow them all around. So, I'm excited to see Isaiah Spiller play. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I think Spiller's great. Charger Chris just said Spiller looks like a baby. Look, I think Spiller has all the talent, right? Like he does. But here's the thing: he's young. He's very young. and it's really interesting to see how it's going to play out right here. So, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. And GTR man brings up a good point. I think a healthy offensive line is going to open up lanes for Spiller. I do agree. You're going to see a lot of zone read, a lot of zone running. Again, base offense, folks. You're not going to see anything super crazy. You're not going to see crazy. You're not going to see trick plays. You're going to see nothing crazy. So, it is going to be what it is, right? So, here's another guy I was thinking about that I'm excited to see. Again, Chargers are what? TCU West? Is that what we call it? We call it TCU West? Is that what we say now?
Yeah.
No, it's Texas Chargers University.
Oh,
Texas Chargers
University.
Oh,
I like that. Yeah. This boy right here, dude, Dugan, he's going to be out there. We're going to probably see a lot of Dugan, right? We already know what we got with our boy Easton Stick. So what do you guys think about Dugan, James and Kyle?
You want to go, Kyle?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, going to training camp early on, it seemed like he was actually having a hard time adjusting, and he was like a little nervous, whatever, because a lot of his throws were a little shaky. He was throwing some ducks out there early on. But as we got to the skirmish game, it seemed like he actually got his wiggles out. He's kind of getting his football legs back on, and he's getting he's starting to kind of come into it a little bit more. So he was actually getting more accurate as time went. So, but today's a different story as well. So this is an actual game time reps, and they actually are going to be competing to some degree, and we'll see a different side of him for sure. So I hope that we actually see the TCU national championship caliber quarterback that he was throughout the season. Not what he did during the national championship game, mind you, because that was a disaster. But we'll see that we'll hope to see that he actually has a better turnout today.
Yep.
Yeah, but he's fast as hell. Lightning Bug, aka Darius Davis, he talked quite a bit about how fast he is.
Yeah.
I want to see him used like a Taysom Hill, man. Like the Saints use him like as a tight end, like a definite like flex guy. And man, I just feel like he would be guys. We all know he's on the 53-man roster. He's not going to count against the 53-man roster at all because of the Brock Purdy rule. So why not use him? And we could go from there. And so it's like, why not have that play out? Have him out there doing it. So I'm kind of excited to see what he can do. I think there's going to be a lot of quarterback runs with him. I think they want to see what he can do with his legs and go from there. So we got a thought here from Elgato. Obviously, it's more of a Rams question, but having Donald back after injury and Cup sets a bet. Y'all think a huge difference for Rams to make the playoffs? Rams ain't making the playoffs, dog. Sorry about that. Yeah. They got 40 players that are like absolute rookies. They would be lucky to be 500 this season at best. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Sean McVay. I think he's a fantastic head coach. Don't get me wrong. But they got a lot they need to fix. And, everything I've seen from every person says they don't got a shot in hell. But, I don't know. What do y'all think real quick?
Yeah.
Let's give a little love to the other LA team for just a second.
Yeah. And the thing about it is like, once again, they're a young team. I mean, unless a lot of that the talent that they brought in actually could find a way to be able to be a difference makers. And that's the thing about when you draft players or get undrafted guys, you need to find a couple gems to be able to help fill
100%,
in some gaps.
100%.
If there's too many gaps on a team, which if you realistically think about what the Rams are, there's a lot of gaps on this team.
A lot of teams.
And Aaron Donald could only do so much. Cooper Kupp could only do so much.
100%.
Matt Stafford is coming back from an injury. He can only do so much. I do think the wide receiver core for the Rams is pretty solid. I do think that there's a lot of talent on that level of it. I just don't think that there's enough talent on this team to really be competitive, especially in the NFC West. That's going to be a tough division. I mean, Seahawks did what they did last year. Niners are going to probably take the division. It's going to be tough for the Rams, in my opinion.
100%.
Yeah.
It's rough. It's rough.
Yeah, I fully agree. I mean, they paid for their Super Bowl. Like they did all they could to make that team a winning team, and now they're suffering for it. So it's gonna be a tough time for them for a while, and so that's the long and short of it with the Rams goes. So and correct me if I'm wrong. I think Kupp is actually out for a couple weeks, right? He got injured, I think.
Yeah, I think he had like a hammy issue or something like that. So, I mean, the thing is, I mean, the season doesn't start till basically almost a month from now. So, I mean, he's got time to kind of get through it. But, you know, they don't have a lot of room for injuries. They don't have a lot of room for injuries at all.
Right.
So,
and the truth is, those soft tissue issues are kind of a little deceiving sometimes. Yeah.
I'm so tired of hearing that word soft. Oh, soft tissue. Come on now.
Come on.
Hey, that's a good point, Aether. Let's talk about play calling. Don't fool yourself. I promise Coach Say will give him freedom. I'm assuming you're talking about Kellen Moore. I agree. I think Kellen Moore has 100% autonomy on the offense.
Yeah.
Brandon Staley does not seem like the type of guy. Look, I actually think he probably let Lombardi do a little too much play calling last season. Much to his detriment, right? But at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? But Mr. Incognito here has a really good point. Hightower and Johnston in this game. We'll probably see Hightower, and we probably will see Johnston, I would assume. Yep. Again, I don't believe they're not going to be out there. I wouldn't see a lot of reps from Johnston, in my opinion, but, you never know, right? So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I know we're going to chat a little bit more about kind of the players that'll be out there and everything too, but I personally think we got to get a little bit of reps from our starters, in my opinion. But that's something that we could talk a little bit down the road.
Yeah, and Elgato, it starts here at the top of the hour, so here in about 40 minutes.
No, it starts at 6 o'clock PST.
Oh, 6 PST. Got it.
Yep.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you're talking about Ainsley. Okay, got it. Okay, Aether. So sorry about that. We were talking about the offense. Okay, I apologize. So maybe repeat your question, Aether. It's a little confusing. Are you saying Ainsley's going to be calling plays, or are you saying Brandon Staley's calling plays? Because I understand
that's the one thing. And I think the one thing too with Ainsley, I think he's just an associate per se. Title of a defensive coordinator. I think Staley's still going to be doing the play calling, basically. That's basically his baby per se. Yeah, Brandon Staley's baby is the defense, and he wants to create that defense and control that defense. Ainsley, I think it was actually Derwin James on Kay Adams' podcast talked about it, and he's like, he got super happy about Ainsley basically being the defensive coordinator now. And the thing about it is he kind of just brings that energy to that team and really knows and understands their players really well. He said Ainsley is a guy that's been around for a while, and he understands kind of as a vet-based coach, if you want to say, versus what we previously had as a defensive coordinator. So I think it's going to be still all Brandon Staley's show. Ainsley's just kind of an associate per se as a defensive coordinator for us.
Well, I don't know. I mean, usually, so what I've found out is that a lot of times when a head coach is actually doing the play calling for the offense or the defense, the coordinator is still setting up the game plan. So and they're going to be designing plays, and they're going to be kind of setting up whatever play sets they're going to be using for the game. So that way the players are going to actually be ready to go and going to practice those plays leading up to the game. So yes, Brandon Staley is going to be making the play calls, but Derek Ensley is very much still contributing to the defense.
Yeah, and he's always going to be a part of it in some level, in the sense of obviously probably the 15-20 initial plays plus in scenario situations and all that too. Yeah, for sure. He's involved in it. I mean, you don't pay a guy a good salary to be able to not do anything.
It's interesting because that's exactly how Ainsley, phrased himself for a while. Well, Brandon said he's making the calls, and I'll just be there to support him. And I'm like, wow, okay. Yeah. I was very, unimpressed immediately out of him, but I've warmed up to him ever since. So we'll see how it plays out. So by the way, I thought this was hilarious. Thank you, Lee. That's hilarious, dude. Foreskin. Okay. Anyways, little disgusting, but you're good, dude. Thank you, buddy. Mark Matlock, who will be worse, the Walmart Broncos or Walmart Rams? Look, I think both are going to be pretty bad. But you know what? I'll say this. Looks like we have some trolls in here right now. Sorry, guys. I haven't looked at the chat a whole lot, but we definitely got some spam.
We got little trolls there. Beautiful.
We got some trolls, so just ignore that. We'll have to try to clean that up. So, guys, we'll try and clean that up here on our end. But so I think the Broncos will be better than the Rams. I think the Rams are going to be pretty bad. I just feel like when you have 35 to 40 rookies on a team, I'm sorry, like in the NFL, that does not fly, dude. And Aether, thank you for clarifying, because I think we read your question. It didn't quite make a lot of sense, and so thank you. Yes, Derek Ainsley, I think he's going to have a lot of say, but I still think that I do think that Brandon Staley's going to be calling most of the plays. So let's talk about another guy that we are excited to see. Big old lightning bug. Kickoff returns, all the above. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do in this game. I know he was on Chargers Weekly. You know, I want to go play some pickleball with this dude. I know he plays pickleball. James and I, we got to challenge him. We got to teach him a few things on the court. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, I'm excited to see what the guy can do. And he is fast. We already talked about Max Duggan. Max Duggan is very fast as well, too.
Yeah.
But this is probably the fastest guy on the team right now. In Lightning. So I'm excited to see what he can do. He's going to be out there quite a bit. So I'm excited to see what's going on.
Yeah, and then the interesting thing, and Andrew and I chatted about this earlier today, about the new kickoff rule. Yeah. Basically, if the ball goes 25 yards and down to basically the goal line per se, they could fair catch and the ball will get put on the 25-yard line pretty much.
Yep.
So, I mean, with Darius, he's basically designed to be a guy for punts, not kickoffs, more or less, because you're going to probably say most of the time they're not going to take it out of the end zone. They're going to probably take 25 and go from there, unless they see something on the field that they say, hey, there's a big gap that I could run through that I could potentially take it to the house. But it's interesting to see how the difference of the kickoff rule is going to be this year for the special teams. So,
well, and I think that's a good thing. I'm glad they made that change, right? So, you know, it makes special teams a little more interesting and, you know, a little bit more of a game changer, which is great. We're going to talk about Henley here a little bit later on, too. I think he's another guy we're excited to look at. So we want to talk a little more about him moving forward. Guyton, you know, funny thing about Guyton. Yeah, I still have not heard any word about Guyton, right? I think it's a big reason why we're so hyped on, you know, some of these wide receivers, right? Obviously, Hightower's looking really good. I would be beyond shocked if he didn't make the 53-man roster, especially since Guyton's been out as long as he has been. So, yeah, I mean, haven't heard anything about him at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You want to move on to the next slide? Let's go and talk about that.
So let's do this here real quick. Here we go. There was who was talking about here? Yeah. The Broncos. By the way, the Broncos look pretty interesting in their preseason game. Did you watch the game at all, James?
I just really was interested to see what the starters ended up doing. And basically, Russell Wilson got hit 5 times, 1 sack. That O-line did not look very good.
They look bad.
They don't really have much of a run game to it. Once again, Russell Wilson is holding the ball too long. He's going to have his career shortened.
Yes.
It's just a tough thing. And the thing is, though, they have been getting hit with a lot of injuries, wide receivers wise, linebackers wise, defensive line wise. I think one guy got caught for gambling. I mean, as more of a depth guy than anything. Michael Bandy's over there too now. If that name rings a bell.
Yeah, Bandy's over there now. Yep.
But you know, he's obviously there probably because of Lombardi, because he understands the system more or less. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I watched a little bit of it. I mean, yeah, their defense is going to be good. I mean, that's just how their team is built. The offense has a lot of faults, and that's really going to fall on Sean Payton's shoulders pretty much.
See, and here's the thing, guys. And I'll just say this again. I've beaten Lombardi to death. You know how many hate videos I've thrown out there about him. The problem with his offense is it has to be very specific.
Yeah.
Meaning you have to be an accurate passer, and the wide receivers have to be at their spot at the right time every time. When you have a bad offensive line and you have a quarterback that's not accurate, guess what? It doesn't work out.
Yep.
The Broncos have both of those problems right now. Russell Wilson's washed up. Their line sucks. What do you expect? I mean, they're not good.
Yep.
So, anyways, enough about the Broncos. Nobody cares. But anyway,
nobody cares. Nobody
cares. So, Aether, this is a good question for Aether, and then we'll go to the next couple slides, folks.
Yeah. So basically, Aether and I chatted about this, and he said, we're not playing the Chiefs week 1. I'll save it for later, but we got to close when we get close to the season. However, I have this want to say. So basically what he's saying is, good thing we're not playing Chiefs week 1. Personally, I feel like I get what he's saying. You know, he wants to see the team kind of develop out and everything too. I think we have a very good initial 4 games to start out the season with. to be able to play. The Chiefs are going to be a fun primetime like type game always with the Chargers. And, I think it would have been kind of good to be able to be the Thursday night game, because I think it would have been fun to start out with an AFC West rivalry game that's going to be highly entertaining for the world to see. So it would have been good for the Chargers to be able to have a game like that in the sense of being able to, get more exposure as a team. I think it would have been good for exposure for this team for sure. But hey, we're not playing the Chiefs for week 1.
I would say the only thought on that would be usually week 1, the offense sucks, right?
Yeah.
They don't tend to. Let me put it this way. It would be more of a benefit for the Chiefs than for the Chargers. We installed a new offense.
Yep.
And I think we're going to sputter a little bit moving forward. I don't suspect we're going to be as sharp as we think we could be. If you notice, every team gets better as the season progresses because there's only so much time these players can actually run routes and work with these players together, right? So, it's a little difficult to get into a rhythm, right? And so, anyways, I do think it's going to be interesting to see. So, yeah. Well, I'm actually okay playing the Dolphins week 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. Yeah. Back with you there, Andrew. I prefer the week 1 with the Dolphins because there's a lot of ish talking going on with the Dolphins and how Tua is better than Justin Herbert.
Yes,
I'm like, yeah, you know what? Yeah.
I think that's what the NFL cares about. They care about that conversation, right?
Yeah. We care about the drama between players and stuff like that. It's like it's reality. It's reality.
Oh yeah, I saw a video of and then once again, this is training camp, but it was pretty much. I think there was only the left tackle was not the starting left tackle for the Dolphins, but I think it was on Barstool Sports, but it showed like Tua basically getting destroyed by the Dolphins D line, and the O line was just soft as can be. And you're like, dude, if that's going to be any inclination of what's going to happen for the season, Tua is going to get murdered this season.
100%. He's going to struggle. He's going to struggle.
Honestly, that kind of scares me, like to see, because like last year he had that wobbly leg, got up and stuff like that. Like dude, that fool. He's not in good shape on that situation, and I don't want to. I definitely don't want to see him getting out on the field on a stretcher or something like that.
So that would be tough, and it wouldn't be good for the NFL in any way, shape, or form.
No, it really would.
So let's bring up a couple of these other thoughts here. I know we want to wrap. We don't want to keep this video too long. I know Kyle's excited. He's at the tailgate. We're excited to watch the game.
I gotta get some food in my stomach, and get kind of a little pregame a little bit going on. So
here we go. Right. Okay. All right. You got to get that Charger juice in him. Okay, so Mark Matlock basically got a comment here. Slayer and Zion play. I do not believe they'll play today. I do not believe they'll play at all in the preseason. Yeah. I really don't suspect. I mean, I don't know. You could see a few reps. I don't know. I don't think they will, but you never really know. It's interesting. People talk about stuff like that all the time, and I always just think to myself, I'm like, why even bring them out there? If you know that you're starting 5, what's the point? I'd rather than just play, week 1 and go from there. So
and I'll go into that conversation because I don't think you guys talked about it yet, but I know I threw it in the chat. Personally, I think they need reps, just like what he was saying. They need to get out there and rep. It's a whole new offense. Like this is a whole new scheme. Whole new everything. They need to be able to be out there. Now, once again, blocking is blocking, but you need to understand what plays are basically happening, what your motion needs to be, who you're blocking, and so on and so forth. The Jaguars started Trevor Lawrence today. The Chiefs are going to start Patrick Mahomes tomorrow for a full quarter. There's teams out there, even Josh Allen played today too for the Bills. The thing about it is like these higher end based teams are giving reps to their starters. Like you need to get these guys out there. Yes, there's a risk of injuries, which is something we don't want to have happen by any means, but you got to be primed and ready to go for the game and for the season. Like last season, did it seem that we were just kind of slow out of the gate a lot of the times? Yes. You got to get out there and get some game time reps. Like these scrimmages are great. But it's different being on field in a stadium, being, really these are guys trying to get after you. Like these are real time guys at this point. Yeah. Like they're trying to show what they're trying to find a way on the team. I think we got to get some reps in. I mean, heck, how about we just start out the game with one drive with our starters? one drive and then let them go from that point, put an Easton stick, all that kind of stuff. I think it wouldn't be bad at all. I think it's a good thing. Just get a little bit of reps on field. I think that's all they really did for the Jaguars. They gave one drive to basically Trevor Lawrence. You know, Chiefs are going with a full quarter with Patrick Mahomes. I'm sure they're going to play a lot of things where Patrick Mahomes will not get hit, and they'll be very cautious with him. They're going to do things to be able to make sure he's out there. I think they need to do it. I don't want to be slow out of the gate.
Yeah, but the concern is obviously injuries, right? And I kind of understand that, especially with Brandon Staley, right? I mean, you know, you go back to the Mike Williams conversation. What if Mike Williams, you know, blew his knee out play 1, or, you know, Keenan Allen play 2 or whatever, right? And it's just it's a safety conversation. I get that. I get it both ways. But the argument is they're getting that in camp, right? They've been in camp for 5 weeks or whatever the hell they did, OTAs and everything, all the above, and those are veterans. They don't need to play. So, look, I don't disagree, but I see it both ways, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it both ways too, but I mean, I definitely agree with James here for sure. Is that like they need reps? Like, I mean, yes, they're practicing, they're getting their wiggles out, but it's not full speed. Like they're not able to actually get at the quarterback. They're not actually able to really get physical with each other because it's practice, you know, like they're probably operating at like 70% of speed and stuff like that, you know? So, and even at the scrimmage game, it's like, it really was not real game time reps. Like this today is game time reps. And the fact is too, is that like, if these high caliber teams, if the championship team of last year is starting Patrick Mahomes for a drive or a quarter, we have to follow the same thing. We have to do the same thing. And maybe if anything too, they, you know, getting in this exercise to actually get game time ready with these full-time reps, it makes absolute sense to do it for just 1 quarter. It doesn't mean that they have to play the entire time. And so it's just to get something going, you know, like, cause let's be honest. Like you got to get yourself up to speed before you can really, you know, be perfect at something.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I would just the only thing I would say is that Staley has never started any starters, any preseason game in the first 2 years. So again, I understand the comments and why, but he's never done it in the first 2 years. And I think it's largely just the concern of injury, and I get that, right? I completely get it. So, you know, but again, it's one of those situations, right? Now, and again, and Scott, again, we're not going to see anything too crazy offensively. You're going to see pretty much base offense, base defense. Every team in the NFL is running base offense, base defense in the preseason. They do not care about doing trick plays. They're not showing their hand on anything that really matters. It's Madden 101 is what you're going to see 100%. And the reason why is they want these rookies to have an opportunity to show, can they actually step up and play, right, on both sides of the ball? It does not matter. Can you be an NFL-ready player? That's all they care about. So it's going to be base. It's going to be very, very base.
You know, and I'm talking specifically on coordinator-wise, but I'm going to say one thing that I'm really going to be watching is, can we tackle? That's really the one thing. Can we tackle? And Brandon Staley talked a little bit about that, and that's something I'm really, truly going to be watching in this game. Figure out how we could tackle better, be in better positions to make tackles and stop plays. Can we stop the run? That's another game like thing to watch the entire game. Can we stop the dang run? And I don't think that they really have that great of a run game per se right now. They had Sony Michel over there who is retired now, but
he's retired now.
Yeah. Akers is over there too, but at the same side, like, you know, can we stop the run? And I'm interested to see how that goes.
I'd like sunglasses.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is good, by the way, guys. Brandon Mitchell brought up a good point. Which player do you look forward to seeing most today? I know I want to talk about this guy here, Deion Henley.
Yep.
Our boy Deion, he's looking good. Hey, you know, he's part of the Bolt Bros family now, you know, because he's part of our video. You watch the Bolt Bros podcast, that's right.
Let's go.
You know, but again, like, I'm excited to see Deion Henley. He will be out there. I'm excited to see what he can do. Guys, my point is, this is the time for the rookies to show that they can play, right? Can you actually play? It's best on best. Go do something. Go show that you've learned. Look, it's been Y'all know what it's like when you go to a job interview, you got your resume, you look at somebody, they ask you a bunch of stupid questions. Can you do this? Are you smart? Are you an idiot? You know, do you know what you're doing? This is this opportunity for all these players out there, undrafted free agents, people that are trying to find a spot on the roster to show that they are willing and ready to play at this level. They have to go out and show it. So this is their job interview right now, folks. And that's why I find it very interesting. Again, these first 3 games, that's why Brandon Staley will most likely not play any starter. But, you know, we got to evaluate these other undrafted free agents that are vying for a spot, right? And it's not only for the Chargers, folks. It's also for other teams. If we cut them loose, they have some footage that they can scoop them up. And that's a conversation they can go get, right? So, again, we talk about these undrafted free agents, you know, let's check it out. So I'm excited to see what it's going to play out on that. So anyways, I got a little long-winded there. So what's your thoughts, sir, guys?
And the one thing too, and I don't know if you guys chatted about it. I was kind of listening a little bit in on YouTube for the broadcast, but the 53-man roster doesn't get cut till after game 3. So there's no like mid cuts to basically later cuts, which I think was down to, it was from 90 to 75, I think, and then to 53, something like that. It was something similar to that. But yeah, this is 100% a job, you know, interview right now. Where can you fit? Can you fit on this team? And really, it's about showing the resume to not just the Chargers, but every team. So it's exciting to watch, and it's very easy to be able to say all the rookies that we have on the team. I'm excited to see because I'm excited to see everything going on right
You
now.
made that one song.
Yeah.
There you
You know
go.
Bulltown?
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
No kidding. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, we're live right now.
Oh, shit. Hey,
Yo.
don't gang, don't
What
bang.
up? Let's go.
Bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I love it.
Chargers.
That's awesome.
Let's go.
Hey, show that to the camera.
Hey, we got this, man. Follow
Let's
this man.
go.
Give him some likes.
I love
give
it.
some shares. Give some comments, man. This is the man, dude. Here we go. Hey, what's your thing called again?
The Bolt Bros podcast.
That's right. We're just bro. Hey.
Yeah.
Let's take a picture.
Okay, we're gonna take a picture real quick with him.
Dude, you gotta love it though.
Awesome.
You gotta love the whole like tailgate environment out there, guys. If you
It's
guys
amazing,
ever go
guys.
to a game, it's just a great time to be able to pregame, a great time to be able to just enjoy hanging around with fans. And you know, Thunder Alley, Pink Lot, just go down there. It's a great time all
Check it
around.
out. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, and again, I think Mr. Ron Keaton Incognito has it exactly right. You know, it's funny. I was having an interesting conversation with a Chiefs fan. It was hilarious. She was wearing like this Chiefs hat, Chiefs shirt. Like she had like her fingernails painted red. I was like, oh my God. Hey, are you a Chiefs fan? I literally looked at her and she's like, yeah, I think we're going to repeat as long as we can stay healthy. And I'm like, you know, isn't that the truth?
There you go.
Can we just stay healthy? And the Chargers have never stayed healthy, but there was a comment about our athletic trainer way a long time ago. And James, can you just talk about that briefly? I know you did a whole video on our athletic trainers. We got a whole new staff because that is huge, folks. Like in the NFL, it's all about staying healthy. Our team is great. PFF literally rips on Brandon Staley because we've not been healthy. But that's not his fault, right? He didn't go out there and hurt our players, you know. So what's your thoughts on that real quick, James? And we can kind of wrap up this video.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to say. I mean, really specifically with our last athletic trainer, I mean, he's been with the team for 25, almost 30 years, and then letting him go. I mean, I could go back to Mike McCoy days. I think there was a time that we had 22 players on the IR. And I don't know if you should really have a job at that point when you got that many issues. Now, once again, it's not on fault based upon that guy training these players to be able to be conditioned for the season, but it's not a good look on your resume just to notice that you got 22 players on the IR all around. Yep. So it's just bottom line. The thing about it is like what the comments were is you know, the track record's not good. And I don't think he has a position right now at all at this point. I mean, we brought in Sal Lopez from the Titans. He's got a good track record. Last year was kind of a fluke in a sense, but he's always been in the top 10 most healthiest squads in the NFL. So you just hope that it's going to start getting better and better and better for this team all around. So
100%. And Aether, I don't see your comments. You keep talking about that. I'm not sure what you're referring to. So throw it back in the chat as well. One other guy we were talking about, and this is great. Mark Matlock made this comment here. Fehoko was making plays for the Steelers, going to miss him. I'm going to throw one guy out that I'm super excited to see today. We're going to see a lot of this dude. We're going to see a lot of this dude. The big Ginge. The big Ginge. The big Ginge right here, dude.
The soul eater.
Dude. He slams energy drinks before every practices, dude.
Bro.
He just goes.
So look, so here's the thing, man. Like, I'll be honest with you. He's probably the one guy I'm more excited to see than anybody. Because look, we all know Nick Williams, Austin Johnson, SJD, Morgan Fox, yada yada. Those are the guys. But dude, this guy just he's coming to play. So I'm excited to see what he can do. And it's one of those situations where looks like my camera's wow. What is going on with my camera here, guys? Hold on just a second.
Doing that again. That's great.
Your camera is possessed.
Give me 2 seconds here, guys. Yeah, I know, God hates me or something. Hold on just a second. Give me 2 seconds here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll chat a little bit about Matlock, though. I mean, the thing about Matlock is, I did a video about him as one of the 5 players that I'm excited to be able to see this game. And the thing about it is that when we end up watching a little bit about, Scott Matlock at training camp, he was just a really violent dude at the line. He was really, really active all around. He did get even a sack in the scrimmage game and everything, too. He's one of those guys
up, baby?
Go back deeper and deeper in the
we're shooting a video right now.
You start talking about Igor Olshansky as kind of a play that he kind of reminds me of, which is also a guy who wore 99. I'm excited to be able to see him play. He's definitely one of those guys that I'm going to be looking at too. So I'm excited.
I'm excited for him. I'm excited for Lightning Bug. I'm excited for a lot of people, dude. JT Woods. Dude, we're gonna see a lot of players out there, man. It's gonna be exciting. So
I think the grand scheme of it is we're just excited to see football. And that's all that really matters. Like, all this stuff is exciting. And as for us, for podcasts and fans of the Chargers, we're excited to see all these players that we've been talking about this entire offseason and finally see them on field in a true, real game time situation. So it's going to be exciting to be able to see how it goes. And yeah, Steve, that's one thing too. Can Woods tackle? That's the one thing that I did point out in my top 5 players that I wanted to see at this game. And he's got the intangibles. We got to see that. And, Brandon Staley's emphasizing a lot on tackling. So we'll see.
100%. And Matlock, I think Matlock, dude, the man is motivated, and guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but Boise State was actually one of my biggest accounts for a long time. I sold them all their IT infrastructure. I've been to BSU freaking 5 years in a row, like every other week. Like I've been on the Smurf turf like a bajillion times. So, there is a different type of mentality of players that are going to BSU, and I really like what they do. So I think Matlock could be that guy. He's going to be awesome. So, okay, here we go. We got Aether's last thought here. I guess this is his okay. This is his comments that I did not see up to this point.
Yeah,
so
I did not see either.
I've been looking through the chat like 50 times. Okay.
We got some special guests. Highlight me real quick. We got highlight it. Double click it.
There we go.
There you go. Big Dan up in the house with Shasta.
Baby? What's up?
Let's go.
Fam, you guys already know what's up. Hey, if you guys are not out here, it's fan unity. It's the beginning of football season. Hey, good luck to every single team out there, man. There's no hate. It's all love. And if anybody comes out here to Thunder Alley, the Chargers game, we got you guys.
Go.
That's right.
Let's go.
100%. Yeah, we're all trying to make that. That's the whole point of Thunder Alley. Just trying to come out here and just have a good time. You know what? Like we say, a tailgate never loses.
Never loses.
No matter loses. Yep. That's right.
Come on, baby.
Let's
go. Bolt up.
Bolt up,
baby. Let's go.
So good to see you. So good to see you.
Yeah, so good to see you guys.
Yeah, likewise. Hey, you guys stay up, man. Be safe. Kids, stay in school. Make sure you guys do the right thing. We'll see you guys. Parents, drink up.
Let's go.
All right, brother. Yeah. Take care, man.
Yeah, love you. Okay.
Don't do drugs either.
Let's go. I love how
Yeah, that's
Steve
great.
basically said, except Raiders.
Except the Raiders. Except the Raiders.
Hey,
FTR.
we got, they got 3 rings, but we got 3 things, and that's family, trust, respect. and then we got a Rams guy.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So this is Aether's thoughts here real quick. After last season, how it ended the season, now losing 6 games on the floor, has 12-14 win the Chiefs. Better win 13 to hold off for coming for the ass. This team ready for week 1. Confused on that thought there, but I think you're saying we're going to win 13 games this season or 12-14 games this season, but I think it could happen. Look, we just got to stay healthy, dude. Bottom line, look, I'll say this, and I've said this 100 times, and I'm tired of repeating myself. If we had stayed healthy last season, we would have won 12-13 to even 14 games. Week 2, folks. Week 2.
Yep.
Herbert gets his rib fracture, can't throw the ball downfield. Our offense completely changed. The check down happened to Austin Eckler the entire time. Vertical threat was done. Every team knew that a running game was crap. It's different. Again, it's a different season, guys. And now we got more weapons. We just got to keep Herbert healthy and upright.
Yep. So
I suspect a lot of real quick hitters, quick passes. And, I'm excited to see what this line can do, So anyways, I'm excited.
Yep, I'm excited, man. I'm just excited for football. If you guys want to wrap it up, because I know we're getting kind of close to that point, let Kyle go and be able to get up Thunder Alley and pregame a bit.
Yep.
But let me wrap up with my comments too real quick here. Brandon basically talked about, he said, hey, you're excited about the offense or defense tonight. I'm really excited to just see, and that sounds like I'm copping out on this answer to choose one. I want to see both. I'm excited to see special teams. Like, I'm excited to see this team as a whole. Like, I'm excited to see this team on the dang field right now. And I'm excited to be able to see what these rookies could do. I mean, it's easy to be able to point out, hey, who's going to be great on the field, or who am I excited to see? I'm just excited to see every single dang player out there, and I want to see some plays from these guys. Like, we've seen them in camp, but now let's see them in game time. Like, I'm excited to see absolutely everything right now on this team, and I cannot wait to be able to watch this game. So it's going to be fun.
100%. Kyle, what are your thoughts?
It's good to have football back. I mean, even though this is a preseason game, it's good to see our team out there, and it's good to see the sport back on the field and like back on TV, and have all the good vibes here. Like, I know it's like, the truth is, like, leading up to this, it felt super short for me because I was actually able to hang out with the Bolt fam all throughout the off season.
Yep.
And that's really what, this is what it's all about. Just like Big Dan said, it's all about fan unity, just come out here, have a good time. Yeah, there's a little bit of ish talking and stuff like that, but like, hey, that's part of the game for us fans, like we like to, we like to talk smack to each other, but let's just have a good time. Let's just make this, a great season. And as always, bolt up.
Let's go.
100%, guys. And I'll tell you right now, man, I think bottom line, it's exciting to see where we're at. And guys, we're ready for war. I really like the comment there from Chargers Chris, right? I think it's going to be great. And guys, look, Steve said here, 6,000 yards for Herbert. I could see that. I could see 50 touchies. I'm just saying, guys, for the love of God, can we stay healthy for one season?
That's
I don't know, man. Like, it sucks. It pisses me off how badly we were so beat up last season. But the nice thing is we got a lot of depth. We're good. And I'm excited to see what we could do. I'm excited for this game. We're going to take notes. We're going to have a post-game show as well after the game. So be ready for that, guys. We're going to make that happen. So that's all I got. And, guys, I guess we're out. Kyle, have fun at the game. And take some copious notes. Let us know how the Chargers and Rams fans are. I mean, you're going to be the feet on the street, right? That's
right.
The helicopter,
Yes,
whatever you got to do, right? So, let us know how it goes, okay?
All right, we'll do.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys game time. Let's make it happen.
See you, dudes.
See you guys.
You.